dust2 as well. They had to shut that down early. Kerrigan's push was massively important.
Yeah, absolutely. Go through to long doors and actually gets that information, gets the bomb down as well. And then it's a flurry of flags flies in there. We can see Zipex once again. He is stepping up recently. The last month or so, he's been really impressive. 2 massive frags for him. Really crisp 1 bullets for the USPs as well. NiP trying to get up short, but completely shut down there. And they will be forced buying into this one. Only 3 players going to be doing that though. Alu and Forest, normally the designated AWPers when they do the dual AWP setup. They do that on dust2 as well. Terrorist side, they won't be scared to bring out a dual setup on this side, but SMG purchased for device. Most of the guys on rifles here, and they're actually playing a very passive game. You'd assume the teams are coming quite fast. A device though, not messing around, going straight into upper B, getting great intel here, giving the calls off. You can see his teammate dust2 falling back from the B bomb side now, and they can start stacking onto A. This device keeps pushing now. Should be able to find a kill onto Exist as well. Does see that grenade. That's the first frag going to be coming in.
And it is device to follow that up. Now look for Zipex. He's the one playing out of the ramp. This time taken down by Freiberg. Great shot from the Deagle. But Cajun B needs to follow it up. He can't. So it's actually evenly traded. Okay. They do have the man advantage slightly, but Get Right's holding them off on middle. So they should be able to get a fairly clean plant out of this on the A site. The problem is that Kerrigan has stopped that. He's taken down Forest. And they pull it back, so Get Right needs to clutch it. Still pushing forward with the P250, and unfortunately cannot find device. Takes him down to just 1 HP. And if he found that kill, he would feel a lot more confident about his chances. Kerrigan might have bailed him out here, as NiP came that close.
So Get Right did a huge amount of damage as well to device and dust2. Headshot both of them that came for the mid doors. Those are kills he could have actually got, but now he's got 30 seconds, making his way to upper B tunnel. Should be able to find a frag here. Takes down device. That's a questionable pick from him, considering they do have the bomb down. I guess it's a 3-on-1. They could sacrifice 1 player. At least they know where he is now. That's the main point. 19 seconds remaining, but Get Right has picked up a P90. It looks like he's not done just yet. He's going to be going for 1 more kill here.
Well, Get Right knew that he had him very, very low, and at least could pick up this gun. It's done. It's over. The round is at 8 seconds. They're not going to double face him here in this situation. If they do, it would be absolutely silly. But like you say, he may get 1 more gun here from dust2, but he's going to back himself into Goose. Won't be exposed. Get Right waits for manages to pick up an M4.
Play, right? There was 4 seconds. Well, as soon as the time that's such a high-risk move, but he pulls it off. Gas body armor, AK now, and the rest of the team can justify buying up into this one. They didn't get the bomb down that round, but at least it's going to be the surprise buy. Got a decent amount of kills onto the CTs, but they have 4 rifles and Cajun B on that scout as well. And on dust2, this guy's so formidable with that weapon. He can get tags all day long, but what can the T's do now? Haven't got much in terms of grenades, but they have got these rifles to play with. A little surprise factor coming in, perhaps.
This is interesting, too, to see Cajun B starting off in mid with a scope weapon, but it's a great crossfire. They chase him. They will eventually get him, but device was there. Follow it up, though. Alu manages, too, with the Galils, and the surprise buy may have something to work with as they try and conform on B. It's looks away at the wrong time, and now NiP can really secure things on this B site. 2 rotating players, Kerrigan and Zipex. They'll work through CT. 100 HP on both. The kit on Zipex. Bomb's now just gone down, and this nade, although not intended to go toward the platform, could have potentially killed Alu, and even more so Exist. But Get Right finds him, and they'll close it. That's the M4. Thank you very much. He'll pick up a second one.
Yeah, straight out middle, they went. Fast play coming in, and you just see Cajun B just getting completely shut down there. It's just smothered by the terrorists they came out. That scout is probably the worst weapon you can have in that sort of situation. They did manage to pick up a kill. Device was there, took down 1, but it wasn't enough. Frag to exchange, came down to the 3-on-3. Alu with very low HP as well. dust2 just sandwiched in that bomb site. Needed to find 1 frag, and the timing did not work out for him whatsoever. Interesting enough, though, the CTs are going to be forcing into this one. It would have been a double eco regardless, so it's not the worst call ever. They got the device on the scout as well. So they're going to be looking to get some tags here and trying to see if they can finish them off with the pistols. Cajun B going very aggressive as well towards short of the Desert Eagle. They're going to do some big work for this. But Get Right opening up, taking down Zipex, and that should open up the long area as well of the map. Let's Get Right gets a double.
dust2 thought about trying to push into these tunnels to get more information. He might get caught by Force. Doesn't land the shot with the P250. But it will hold dust2 a long way away from the action, although, because now with Forrest getting this kill, there will be the low-risk play taken by NiP. A minute to rotate the bomb back over. They're going to go all the way through T-spawn to do it. And it's just Cajun B and device that remain. And as we can see, Cajun B will at least be in mid. He might spot them rotating. Has lower to work with, but they've made that call. So instead, rather than trying to push in and surprise, which he can no longer do, he'll go back and take the fight, face the mid play. And it's really just a matter of time. This round's looking like NiP will bring it back to 2-2. Get Right takes down Device, the only other player, and even better, Forrest will pick up 1,500. I love the slow fall animation.
Yeah, that was good. I kind of fell to his knees and surrendered. It was quite cool, actually. But yeah, the force fight from TSM, not going to do too much to them. It didn't get a single kill there, I don't think. We'll see a replay of the knife here, I thought we might.
Watch this body. That's actually awesome.
It's really sad.
Yeah, it is.
Just falls to his death there. 2-2 though, NiP bouncing back, looking pretty strong right now. They get the AWP out on Forrest. Interesting considering Alu definitely is the designated AWP on this one, but they do some decent damage on the Zipex. He gets tagged down to 19 HP, and Alu now allowed to get out that long area. That's great intel for his team. He probably just goes straight into an A split here. Now Alu has them pincered on the side. Be one player towards a car, but he will get taken down by Exist and dealt with pretty quickly as well. The CTs have a real difficult challenge here of even getting a single frag as they make their way onto the other side.
Double nade on the platform just to make sure that anyone waiting for Alu would be low on HP when he did arrive. They just still have the player at elevator, but now that's been given up. Alu's jumped down. He didn't actually spot it yet. And Cajun will get right out toward Catwalk. Exist gets Zipex in the end. He could have actually taken Alu because he completely overlooked that player. Instead, he goes toward mid. He'll just hold off Cajun, who he now knows is there based on that shot from the pistol as the bomb goes down. And it's yet another round, 3 in a row for NiP. Dupree, I highly anticipate he's going to just look for exits with this M4. He actually faces. He was in a good spot behind the door.
Yeah.
Freiburg's still going to come toward him here, so there will be a confrontation. It does favor TSM, and smartly so, he's going to actually push through this. But on second thought, he's going to try and use the confinements of the cave to his advantage. Walks back out, flashbang to no avail, and it is 3 for NiP.
Yep, so they're looking pretty strong now. It's 3 in a row. Bouncing back pretty quickly there. And now it's going to be an interesting decision from TSM as they go into this round. They got decent money, but they're actually going to opt to go for the quasi-buy here. So, going to have Desert Eagles, 5.7s, and a P250 on Device. 3 of the guys getting body armor here. So, as long as you keep your money around between the 2 and 3k mark, you're normally absolutely fine. But Cajun interesting enough, though. He's taking a more of a bigger investment here. He's gone for the Mag 7 and Desert Eagle combination. That's an interesting decision, Matt. There's a lot of money invested into this round just getting the Mag 7 up, considering you already had a Deagle.
And considering this is TSM CT side, which we normally see rely on an op and economy to work with it, so maybe throwing away potentially too much here if they can't pick up something out of this. Dupree's going to go down early. Exist waits for him on the spiral. Nobody calls it that anymore.
You do.
On the tunnel stairs. Whatever. You know where I meant.
You're OG.
Yeah, brother.
What the hell is that? Anyway.
We're just going to fall back to the spiral. Let's make it a thing, Henry.
4 players now into the FP tunnels. Alu just insult to injury there as they make their way into B, and now Device has got an absolute mountain decline coming with the Desert Eagle. Could have landed a 1 deep there. Doesn't actually work out for him. He gets that smothered towards the B doors, and the rotation's coming in. Occasion B does take down Alu though, but the bomb will be going down the situation. Carrigan just comes in, the chance push with the smoke onto the B side. He gets dealt with, and now Occasion B, with that huge investment with the Mag 7 and Deagle combo, gets taken down as well. Device doing some damage though. That's the NiP
all over them everywhere. Do you remember the time when if you snuck in between those barrels where Device was playing, it would just kill you? Like when the game was first out in beta?
No.
If you jumped in there, it was just dead.
Really?
Yeah. Like you got stuck in there somehow and it would kill you.
So here's the double AWP setup from NiP I alluded to earlier. They're definitely a fan of this on the T side. It used to be unorthodox, but a lot more teams are doing this these days. Actually just working more of a pick game, seeing if they can get long control, leave one of the AWPers there, and then they can split onto way in that kind of fashion. But Device now has got the AWP himself, and like you said, TSM normally rely on a double AWP setup on this map. They're not going to have that after Cajun B with that huge investment. But Device does take down Forrest. That's a huge first pick to kick things off.
Well, this is what you were saying about changing things up as well, because even if they run the single op, it's usually Cajun B that has it. And Device, a brilliant second shot, very fast reactions onto Exist. It dodges the flashbang, and it works out for them. This difference in play. Now they'll take it over toward the B platform where he traditionally is. And NiP, down 2 men, have to come up with a secondary plan. Smoke on Catwalk as well means Cajun B can get a lot closer to the wall. He's going to try and dodge the flashes here, get absolutely as close to the drop point as he can.
It's interesting what you say about Cajun B. Obviously, a lot of people know how he plays now, and you can just see him mixing up his plays, not doing that predictable car AWPing anymore. He's actually worked out. A lot of teams are locking him down in that sort of situation. So he's getting the M4, playing up close and personal, and you can see that frag there working out perfectly for him. Bring it to a 5-on-2. Device looking for his 3rd frag of the game.
I was going to say this single pick could work from Alu to get them B, but it's not, because you look at mid, you've got a crossfire set up right now with both Cajun B and Dupree.
We've got 30 seconds remaining. Not a single frag achieved so far. So they're going to try and bait out a shot there, and that does not work out whatsoever. Device locks them both down. Fantastic round from him. That first pick on the Forest towards Suicide was sensational, and then he picks up 3 more. MVP goes for that round, goes to Device for sure. Really clean and concise from him. But the NiP still have some decent money, you know. They managed to get another double orb set up into this round. So this is the one that's going to break them. They need to make sure they get this round. Forest with a very good long spawn. You know he's going to take that all day long. He probably won't even flash himself out. Probably just want to go straight up pick here and see if he can surprise the CT. It could work out. They are making their way there as well. He's going to get a flash though.
And it's actually going to be the smoke that lands before the flash. Just barely gets a chance to get a shot in, but that's jumped and dodged, avoided. Now Cajun's back on the platform. This time, they're actually going to have Xyp9x facing on the catwalk as well. No one in CT, so a lack of a crossfire set at mid. And right now, NiP look like they could put pressure toward that SB split. As Device spotted and forced out of position just slightly. He's actually going to flash and cross back over. But look how aggressive Xyp9x is playing. TSM is putting a lot more aggressive play toward catwalk than they normally do. In fact, it's going to be followed up by the fact that Cajun is above the stairwell. He'll be the first to spot. Xyp9x will go immediately after. Now the switch play, and it works out perfectly. Meanwhile, Dupree's going to take down Freiberg. Changing things up, and this is responding well. Good drop play by Xyp9x, not sticking around after the... But that doesn't really work out. What more importantly happens is the fact that the Molotov is placed, and now they burn out even more time. Good shot by...
Thing is, they've only got 28 seconds remaining now. You can see the CT's pincering them. They know exactly where they are. Forest needs to find a shot out of nowhere here. CT's just play this smart and just make sure they don't face and force a bomb plant to come in. They're going to have absolutely no chance getting situation. Manages to find one frag there, but Dupree finishes him off. And we see that setup from TSM. There's 2 people on short setup now. Works really well for them. Most teams expect to get up short and be able to execute any way they want. And now they have Xyp9x and Kasha. They have 4 rifles. It's only going to be Alu who's forced to go into Desert Eagle. So definitely still potential to get into this one. They lose the double orb setup, but so far they're playing things pretty standardly as Exist goes into long doors now. Karrigan going to be left in the pit by himself. So he's just trying to gain info. We'll wait until he spots one player and get a flashbang from his teammates, and then he'll go for the face. So Device now not being so aggressive towards middle. He's actually be falling back to the back of B-bomb site.
Flash over to one cat. Kerrigan's going to try and flash himself out of long. This is where he has to play so brilliantly to control this alleyway. All of this map control, it helps them on retakes, but also just to hold this site in general, and the fact that they have to rotate Xyp9x down the alleyway and he drops after only getting 1 means NiP, despite being low on HP, now fling the bomb across through that smoke. They've done so. Freiberg will grab that and plant with great positions. And TSM, I'm not even sure they'll look to do this. The better thing is look where Forest is, or rather, excuse me, Get Right is.
Yeah, he's going to
classic.
Get both kills here. I think they're not even going to check it. He's not. Oh, this is smart from him. Get the first one. Come in, kill the Orca as well. That's really clever from him. He's aware of they're probably going to be together. Doesn't, lack of better word, shoot his load too early and make sure he gets those double frags there. And that's going to lock down the CT money. That's a nice little replay of the smart player using his headphones just to work out where the second player is. Nice stuff from him. So NiP then changing up their tactics there. Instead of trying to go on short and getting locked down with that double setup, they decided to retake on long. Karrigan there by himself, got isolated towards the pit. Didn't get a kill there, did some decent damage. But now NiP come to life as this gets the decent spawn. But Cajun now, he's changed it up. They've got the double orb rolling and he's going to be back to a long. And they're kind of reacting to what NiP did last round. So Exist going to be taken down there. He had the best spawn. He got given the AWP, but Alu still with the open hand as well.
And this is what I was thinking, is because last round he did an upgrade, but they've been saving up enough money that I figured as soon as he dropped, he would go to the AWP. And they haven't seen it yet, so they get caught off guard by it. TSM, this will be back to classic style play on that A site. And we can already see it. Cajun is going to have that long position. Xyp9x is there to support. It'll be double D over toward B, but Dupree's going to put pressure on mid right now. That corner smoke, we see Box, or rather Renegades use it. Does catch Dupree off because he tries to flash through it and Freiberg's waiting. So it brings it back to 4 versus 4, opens NiP with a few more options because Xyp9x has to rotate CT now. No matter what, he needs to get in position, but he's late getting there. The smoke's off. It means Device has to come up big. Big balls right now from Xyp9x, though, because he's going to go through this regardless. Does he catch Get Right? Manages to do so, and Device with his AWP is shut down. NiP on the entrance to be so far. Spots up another. Alu's gone, and that's brilliant. Those 2 players had to do everything. They had to do all the work, and they do just that.
Yeah, so TSM bouncing back there. That should reset the NiP economy. You can see Get Right on very low money there. A couple of the other guys could afford a force buy here, maybe a quasi buy, get some Tech 9s and some Armor perhaps. But the headline is, though, the double AWP setup is rolling for TSM. And like you said, going back to more classic TSM setups here. So Cajun B getting that first pick onto Exist at the start of the round, gives him full control there. And Device is playing really well tonight. Another 2 frags for him to clear things up. And he's going to be back towards that middle area. He's playing there very strongly tonight. Once again, NiP go for the long take. It is time to get that first frag. Alu gets down Carrigan. It's all going to be up to Zipex now. Can he hold them off? Gets one. Still has Alu to deal with, though.
And NiP needs to look toward A at this point because they've distilled that anchor at long, Carrigan, and that means there's less support for Cajun B, so he's got smoked off on the site already. They're already around the corner at Catwalk, and they're pushing down the alleyway with Zipex gone. There's not much he's going to be able to do. They've got the A site to work with. It's going to be retake from Device and Dupree, both coming over from B and waiting on the other side of the smoke. Yeah, this round's done. NiP. Just that single kill on Carrigan, how much that changes the entire formation of what TSM have to work with.
Yeah, the thing is, as soon as you get that pick down long, it means that A split's so viable because the CTs can't fall back to the ramp. They can't play on the bomb side, really. They have to choose. They have to try and gain positional control somewhere else. We saw the B player, I think it was Dupree, pushing into B tunnels, trying to pincer in and catch up with them, but it was just too late. NiP reacted perfectly to their first frag and take down the CT player. It's just going to be Device trying to find any sort of frags he can. I was going to say, pick up the AWP and get out of there, which he does.
But the problem is that Get Right's already aware that he's going to be going Catwalk. He's already worked his way through CT. So Device can't really look to exit. Good shot, good awareness, good read. The double up setup as well. The other thing about it with TSM is that it means Device is going to be in mid and Dupree solo B. They swap it based on timing later on and put Device on the platform. So if they go B, he's in good position for it. But
that's the thing, right? So Device is trying to get that early frag, and if he gets smoked out of position, it gets to the point where you can't do anything more. Like once you've been smoked out, you can rattle some shots through the smoke, but ultimately you have to go back and swap things up. So you can see him go anchor towards B. When you have an open B, that means you just have to sacrifice one player towards that. It means the investment of men can go either towards A, they can push into positions and help back on A. They can go to rifle setup in middle. So it does change up your options, but like you said, like as soon as they lose that first frag on long, that becomes a serious problem for them because that A split becomes so viable, and then the CTs need to react straight away. Then if you're pushing tunnels, and when you only have one player there as well, that's very risky, considering that he could be found and locked down by one AK. But we will go into a pause here. I assume it's technical.
I assume it's technical as well. This would be really early for TSM to go panic mode and call a tactical timeout. So I imagine that is the case, and we've got confirmation now that it is. But this is looking good. NiP, they beat them on this map last night, and we haven't seen the standard sort of momentum swing where TSM get rolling on this map and they extend the lead. NiP's finding the picks. It's coming down to those picks. Carrigan at long, taking Device at middle on a particular round. They've managed to open up the map quite well for themselves.
Like I said, it's quite basic stuff from NiP. They're utilizing the spawns they get, trying to go towards long. We saw Alu going out there before. He seems a lot more confident with the rifle these days. Like he's actually getting some really nice opening picks with the AK. Doesn't have to rely on the AWP every single round. So it's good to see him stepping up. And there's going to be Alu actually on the AWP this time. So the CTs will be forcing into this one. Device has the AWP, which he saved from last round. The rest of the guys going to have Famouses.
Tagged them.
Dupree with the Deagle, like he said, does get tagged as well. So that's going to be a bad start for them. Device knows he needs to find an early frag here. They're up against the ropes in terms of the buy. So he needs to get something rolling. But Fragbite, once again, taking that long spawn, takes down Carrigan. That's becoming a real problem for them as Forrest gets on Device as well. And this round falls apart for TSM. This force buy is going to put them in a terrible economic situation here.
I'm really... Oh, that nade should get right. That should be at least him. Gone is from the grave, Cajun B, but it's from the end of the round as well because NiP has already taken it. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do to fix this. And again, it was a corner smoke that forced Carrigan further out, so then Freiburg just walked in accordingly, got in a better position to catch him in transition to pit. They also used the similar smoke at mid to make Dupree get out of position, if you remember.
This would be a really viable time just to have the players on short again and then have the AW towards the B-bomb side. He gets taken down there, and what a clean round that was from NiP. Very quitters, get right, stepping up there. 8-5 in favour of NiP. Long being a massive issue for TSM right now. It is more of a force buy. Don't have any kits or head armour, but not going to be a huge deal against AKs. But still,
they made it buy this time.
Shows you how bad things are. That's a good grenade, actually. Should do some damage.
They go really aggressive off the initial play this time, and Carrigan does have the support system immediately there. Not to mention Cajun B flashed them both. So rather than having one flash and one peek, it was one flash and two peek. Device gets behind the door. Now this does still force movement from TSM. Zipex has to go down to CT spawn. Find a pick on A so they can get a split.
Well, now then, it's just all up to the T's just to feel out what the reaction is, what the CT's going to do to gain control of the map. They have got long still. It's going to be Carrigan in that pit position, who has been having trouble there, has to be said. But Alu now slowly making his way up the AWP, seeing what he can do. This is a great chance for him to get a pick, considering the CTs don't have an AWP whatsoever. There's going to be one Cajun B on the bomb side now. Got the M4 in hand, no utility whatsoever. So if they did go A, he's going to have a real difficult time holding them off. But yeah, as one player makes his way out long, so we get right, it's lurking out, using that smoke to his advantage. Actually, they force Carrigan out of position. And now they can pincer onto the bomb side once he's got out.
Bigger thing is they've pulled Zipex all the way over to the B site. This time he's not even in mid, so it's going to be a slower rotation, meaning Cajun B doesn't have anyone to watch that drop position. He also doesn't have the AWP, and he's got focus locked onto him. Get Right wins again against Kerrigan. And as you said, that's becoming a bit of a problem. Cajun B again only able to manage just one kill. They haven't made it to the site just yet, and Zipex has gotten back into a close position, but he's got so many angles to cover. He's going to walk up with his back exposed to Get Right. It's down to Dupree, and I dare say NiP, they're just absolutely outclassing TSM right now.
Steamrolling them, just playing this textbook CS, making sure they get one pick, and they're waiting for the CTs to make the mistake then. And we know the money's so low for TSM. Like I said, Cajun B isolated on the A bomb site. What can you do if you don't have any smokes and incendiaries or even flashbangs to hold off this force? You're just waiting to lose. And Get Right, another perfect luck from him. Smokes up the doors, which allows him just to get out of that first choke point, and then he forces Carrigan out of position, comes in, takes him down, and they have no real chance of holding the A bomb site going forward from there. Now there's another pause coming in.
I'd be curious to see, or at least get production to update me on what Kerrigan's score is right now. Because he's definitely not been winning that duel as often as he does. He's normally an absolute rock at long. He's 4-10. So yeah, and what's the score? Something like 9-3 or 9-5 right now. So there you go. Yeah, we're a little bit further along than that. So
yeah, he's normally the linchpin, like you said. He's like solid for at least one frag pretty much every time in that pit area. And this time, I mean, Cajun B can rock the car, and they kind of have that synergy between each other. But the money's been a problem for them. Cajun B's only had the AWP once, I think, and then that's when they haven't been able to roll that setup too much.
To be fair, there's something to read into this too, because Fnatic, when they play them, usually only put that one player toward long. So if Kerrigan gets that one kill, then it's secured, and they put the pressure on Catwalk, which means Zipex doesn't really need to worry or babysit Kerrigan. Now they have to, and it means that opens up Catwalk as a more viable option late.
This is the thing, NiP tried to go Catwalk a few times, and then they realised, okay, this area they're actually stacking two players there. They had Zipex and Cajun B. That was working really well for TSM. They got like 2 or 3 rounds in a row with that setup. And then NiP realised, okay, they're playing 2 men short. Let's just get full on control. And once we get that, we either killed Carrigan or pushed him back to the A bomb side. It means once you go into the A split, you smoke off Xbox, you send 2 players with the AKs up to short. And as long as you get one frag, it's a clean exchange there. The CTs don't really have any control. They need to be pushing more. They need to be pushing into B tunnels earlier and seeing what control they have. But here we go. The last round comes in. Number 15. Auto snipers coming out. It's going to be 2 sniper rifles. And they do no damage whatsoever. Get Right once again, neutralizing that long spawn, smoking off the corner. And that just means the CTs don't really have vision. They have to cross blind. Carrigan now changing things up. Pushes off short with the Famis. Finds one. Takes out Forest. Will he be able to get a second? He won't exist. Nice takes him down there. And now it is a 4-on-4. And that push really doesn't come to much, considering they still are on the back foot in terms of the economy and the buy-ups.
And that's Kerrigan trying something way different because he's been losing that battle. But we've already got Get Right in toward the pit. So they still have options to work with on A. Take a different approach to defending it. Freiberg catches Device trying to push for information, knowing that they've given up long.
Yeah, this is the thing. Once you lose a key point in the map, like long, you need to be pushing and you need to be reclaiming other areas of the map. Tries to do it, just get locked down. Freiberg once again, they're just holding up and waiting for CT mistakes to happen. They know that reaction needs to come into fruition, and they try it, doesn't work out for them, and now they're just in a horrible situation. CZ, a scout and a Famis, 1 kid on Zipex, no utility whatsoever. This round is over, Matt, I'm afraid.
So we're looking at 10-5, NiP able to get double digits. A not easy claim whatsoever against TSM CT side on dust2. Yeah. Bombs out toward long. It's not in anyone's hands in particular, but the NiP players are now at the platform, so they'll go back to grab it.
They're so disciplined right now. They're not actually forcing the issue too much, allowing themselves to work out what's going on. Got that long control now. Left the bomb towards the long doors as well. Didn't want to risk anything. So they cleared out long. Went and picked up the bomb. Got a frag from Freiberg as well. And now it's just a really simple round for them. Made it so easy for themselves. Dupree just now in a 3-on-1 situation. It's the last round. He might as well try and do something with it. He's going to pick up a Famis. Oh,
this is encouraging stuff from NiP. I mean, this is... Everyone's playing to potential as of late. Maybe taking some time off. Hitting a reset button recently. Haven't been at as many events. Like I say, at the start of the show, even at the start of the night, it's a good time to be hot with 2 weeks to go. If that, what are we? I think we're about a week and 6 days away from the major or something like that now at this point. That's a lie. We're not quite that close.
No. What's the day today? The day today is the 15th. So about 14, 15
so
days.
2 weeks away. Yeah.
2
Which
weeks
is
away.
about a week and 6 days, Henry.
All right, whatever. Anyway, second half comes in. It's going to be now TSM on the T side. definitely struggled on that first half. They need to bounce back here. If they can get this pistol in the bag, definitely giving themselves a fighting chance of getting back into this one. 3 sets of armor purchase, 2 utility players going to be Device and Carrigan. And Alu just going for this early bit of intel. Will be smoked off there. I thought actually a decoy landing in front of them. Here comes the smoke onto Xbox though. Will allow TSM to get up short if they so wish. Now then, CTC with 3-man stack towards mid as well.
And Kerrigan's going to take advantage of said smoke. He's already around the corner at Cat. No one on that A site, but he hasn't figured this out yet. He needs to go now and let his teammates know that they can rush, because that stack in mid, if they stay too long to fight this, could absolutely slaughter them, and it looks like they want to. The smoke goes out. They're going to walk in. It's a stack. Freiberg's behind the door. It's 2 already.
Wow.
Alu's there, and all Kerrigan had to do was be faster onto the A site before committing to that play. And NiP take full control. 4 versus 1. Dupree on 34 HP. It's a matter of time, I'm afraid, before this hits 11.
Yeah, that's a really impressive round from NiP, actually. That setup with 3 players towards mid, such a perfect read. You saw the player behind the door just had a free, absolute rampage. I think it was Freiberg behind the door.
Yep.
Just didn't even have to challenge it. You could just gone over AFK or hold his mouse and just clicked in front of them. That's because they had 3 players there. They killed the first one in front of the door, and they assumed, okay, there's only going to be 1 more, and that's going to be Forest facing us, and then just easy mop up for NiP there, and you would assume TSM are going to buy into this round. They are going to get Tech 9s, P250s, armors, no armor, sorry, get my words right. No utility purchase as of yet. It's going to be Zipex chiming in with the Desert Eagle. 2 scouts, though, for NiP. A little bit risky. Let's see what they can do. There's going to be Forest and Alu wielding those. They spot the player at the top and middle. That's TSM going to have their work cut out for them, trying to find a pick here. But Dupree, no messing around, goes out towards mid. Actually get some decent control here. Not going to commit to it just yet, though.
Let's see if that Tech 9 can do anything here, because he's got 2 people staring at those mid doors. With the second one was that window, but it only needs the first and exist from CT spawn. Only watches Catwalk from Car, and great camera angle. We see 3 players slowly getting closer to it. Shoulder shot on the first nade will do massive damage, or does it? They actually split far enough apart from it that it does minor. But Freiberg's there to take down Kerrigan. Exist will come up now from the CT stairs. He has the FAMAS in hands. KGB's able to shoot over the edge. The Deagle follows up, and suddenly TSM have a round for themselves. Freiberg only gets 1 post-entry, and with the bomb down, it's left to Get Right, 1 on 2. No kit as well. Does pick up a smoke along the way. He could smoke off the player on Catwalk, but it doesn't even get that far. Zipex is there with the Deagle.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that double scout setup for the CTs, especially when they know the force fight is more than likely coming in. When the Ts just group up and push on someone like Short, you have the scout there. You saw Alu struggling a little bit. I think he hit 1 tag before he got shut down, and that's a difficult situation for him. I prefer those crossfires on the side with the rifles, and even an SMG would have been more favoured there, but they are going to be force buying into this one themselves. I'm not sure I agree with this either, but let's see what they can do with it. Scout purchase for Forest, Freiberg on the Desert Eagle and head armor as well. As we go into round number 18, TSM bouncing back after losing the pistol.
Flash onto Freiberg, does force him back just a little bit. Dupree will have spotted him as well. He's going to get a little bit daring by jumping up and down, tempting fate with that Deagle waiting on Catwalk, as Dupree will be joined now at least by Device. And then they'll start to push on to Freiberg, who still has that Deagle aimed perfectly, crosshair placement, and thank you for the rifle. He grabs that quickly and falls back. It's an M4 in his hands. Alu waiting behind the door. Smoke's coming onto him, but they haven't pushed through it. And he has the help of the scout of Forest, but they're going to look toward these B tunnels where Get Right comes into play. Sitting on top of this double stacked box. It's a great spot if it's used correctly, but KGB, that's perfect. Walks in, already pre-aiming it. Alu tries to compensate by coming up the spiral staircase in the tunnels. And all that really does is buy time, keeps 1 more TSM player off the site, but it's actually more beneficial for the fact that the retake won't have a 3-pronged approach. They've got to all go through the middle. Dupree's already got his hyper-focus drawn toward that window position. Flash comes over, and NiP, with 2 players bugging out with guns, will leave just Exist here to do economic damage.
Not really much going on now. You can see Freiberg and Alu will be saving the guns they gather. I think Alu actually could pick that off of Forest. And Freiberg with that 1 dig towards Short, doing a pretty impressive shot there, but it comes in for that B take from TSM. They get onto the site, only dropped 1 man in the end. That was Device, who got taken out with the Desert Eagle very early on. Hunting for some CTs now, but just going to stay alive. And Freiberg picks up the rifle. And now the money is going to be a bit of a problem for NiP. You can see they have got the scout and the rifle to work with. What approach are they going to go with here? I assume they're going to try and just quasi-buy this further, maybe upgrade some pistols and try and do what they can with the rifles they've gathered. It looks like they will be going down that route. TSM with a decent long spawn could decide to go face that corner if they so wish. But I assume they're going to do something a lot more passive, just try and keep things long range, work out what's going on. Alu's jumping over this smoke. Maybe able to find something here as the T just jumping around the bomb. He's going to the suicide as well.
Good push, though, by Fragbite. Down catwalk, gets countered. Kerrigan's able to get that kill, but this does give Forrest another rifle, and Kerrigan's very low on HP, so he easily finds him. Meanwhile, though, more importantly, map control gained on the B site. Bomb's not yet there, though. It might get caught in middle, and Xyp9x goes down. And NiP can take this round on that alone. Because they've got enough guns to secure this now. They're going to push forward and grab Exist, the AK-47. And they just need to swarm that hot potato. Let it sit upon the ground. And Forrest is in a good spot as well to catch off CajunB, who's making a lot of noise, it has to be said. So Forrest just needs to bait this out correctly, time it accordingly. And that's exactly what he does.
Forrest having a monster around here. 3 kills with him. Picks up that rifle from Fragbite, got the first pick, and then he comes in, takes the bomb down the top of middle, and that's the round secure pretty much. dupreeh has got 45 seconds and an AK to work with, but this is NiP's round to throw away. I'm not really sure what alu was hoping to do there. They've got the bomb on the top of middle. Just get the crossfire set up and make him work for it. Now he may get the second frag, but Exist takes it down, and they get the 12 front of the board. It's a huge round for them to win, considering the circumstances. And now then, TSM do have enough money to buy, but NiP getting closer and closer to map point. This is the double AWP setup we discussed about before. It's going to be alu and Forrest rolling with this one. It's when NiP get to their strongest point. Forrest can get to the B-bomb site, and that's when he can get set up that anchor, similar to what TSM did before.
dupreeh's limited to just a deagle as well. As Kerrigan looks for that mid pick, they've already crossed over. No one has smoked mid door CT side tonight. They've all used the HE animation. And Forrest will wait toward mid. That flash is timed accordingly, though, so Device is able to slip by him and get on a catwalk. Kerrigan's going to go right through. He may catch one in CT spawn. Forrest is not quite good enough position from the scaffolding. He may still get a return shot, but missing that is crucial because now Kerrigan can take control of mid. They've completely divided and left Get Right separate from the play on the A site. In fact, they're just going to take the bomb back to face him. It's going to be one man alone to shut down an army of 5 TSM players. No smoke deployed, though, so Kerrigan has to sit in CT. And great shot from Get Right to stop at least the initial push from dupreeh. Bomb dropped on the process, but they're clawing it back. Fragbite with another kill. Another miss from alu, though. He tries the second effort, but Device is still managing to dodge that. Evade all the danger, and bomb will go down. He's got alu distracted. That'll be enough to close on him. Fragbite at least getting the exit onto him. Keep the gun up. And it's going to be another round for TSM to at least get back to 8.
alu coming up with a real chance to get them back into that round, though. 2 shots missed by him. And unfortunately unable to capitalize there. And that's going to reset the money for NiP. And they're going to have $1,400 going into this round. You can see Exist and Get Right have got some decent cash here, but it seems like they won't be investing too heavily just yet, at least. Maybe going for a full EK here. Take one on the chin, and then go in full guns blazing next round. Exist is going to fight this illegal here. But Device going to be sticking on the Tech 9. I think they're aware of the economic situation, so they can use him as like the recon player, go into his situation first. He's going to be running straight up short by the looks of things as well. So there we go then. Run up to 21. 2 TSM players walking into B together. Forrest should get taken down here. Nice play from TSM. Gaining control of the B bomb site now. We'll be able to give the call off that that's clear, and they should be bringing over the bomb in due course as well.
Smoke on that door. Rather, it was a flash, my mistake, but Device waiting. He's going to get taken down by alu. Very aggressive jump around the corner. Xyp9x gets back in, though, and dupreeh will show up to take down Get Right before that play at the door comes to anything at all. And that'll pretty much do it for the round. We may get one more kill out of Exist, but not even that. Xyp9x turns back, and TSM starting to get something rolling here, bringing it within 3 rounds, but guns are going to come right back up for NiP this time. Won't have a whole lot of utility, that said, though. And that does mean only 1 kit.
So alu's going to be given the AWP. He'll probably get boosted up and towards the short or something this time. He's got full glass cannon as well. I'd assume they want to go for a first pick somewhere. They want to do something as fast as possible, try and get him on the map. But let's see where he's going to go over. Goes towards Longs initially. It's going to get completely flashed off, and TSM going to make their way out of Long. This is a full-on take from them. Fragbite just gets completely destroyed by Device there, but alu answers back now. Exist with work cut out as he gets naded, and 4 players to deal with towards Long.
It does work out in better favor for TSM until CajunB kills his teammate. That was a bit of a problem, bit of a blunder.
This luck, though, from Get Right, it's actually worked out really well.
He's been looking a lot more classic Get Right lately.
Yeah, he's just a perfect position. At least he can get the information off of there, still down at Long. You don't need to worry about short. Just keep yourselves... Oh, that shot, though. That's really nice from alu.
Just clips the edge of the wall. Responded from Kerrigan, and they've got the cross as well. Forrest may not be aware of this. Both players are toward the A site. Did he hear Device jumping over the ledge, though? Kerrigan, great shot on Forrest. Now that might be enough to secure the round. Watch for Get Right. He was the man on the lurk, but now timing is such that it might be obvious. Flash comes over Kerrigan. He surely is going to go down here, but it means Device can start to scurry his way toward that catwalk and just play for the post-pan situation. It's not quite planted for that, though, so he's going to stay on the site. There's a chance for Get Right. He's picked up a kit. Snap toward Device's position. Bait this out potentially. It's got to be a fake. He's already looking to turn it around, but Device just waits it. And it will be 10 now for them, double digits.
I wonder why Get Right fell back from that position. Ali gets their first pick on long, takes all the attention away from him. He does like behind them. I'm not sure if he got spotted. I didn't see it from his POV, so I'm not sure actually what happened. He could have pincered in there and actually locked in the tees towards them, committed them, had 2 points of confrontation going on, but he fell back and then decided it was too late and then had to go back towards long. Makes it a one-on-one, but Device has played it perfectly there. Really impressive stuff from him, and that's going to reset NiP's money again. They're going to be onto PT50s and not much else here. Just one flashbang on Get Right. They're going to be stacking towards the B side. 3 players there. Seems like TSM got their eyes set on middle right now. So just setting up quite nicely. 1-3-1 setup. Waiting for smokes to deplete towards mid, and Dupree's going to make his way out. Get some good information towards mid as well.
Does get some damage taken as well, crossing on that doorway. TSM have put themselves in a great position to make a game of this. Look at how careful TSM are walking in. They're checking into the corners as well. They know NiP love to get creative like that, but it's a good crossfire toward. Now, do they check that there's 2 players in closet? They don't. That allows Alu to come back on Dupree, and the stack on B suddenly gets not only a kill, information, but a gun as well. Xyp9x taking down Exist will mean that they can work toward A, but it's going to be a fast rotation from NiP, and that means they'll meet them in middle. Good smoke as a result of it, but Forrest, a great shot on KJB, and now it's Alu coming in with the AK. That drops the bomb. They need to follow this kill up immediately. Device needs to win this duel, but Forrest is there, and it's another USP shot. Xyp9x goes back, and it's down to the one-on-one. And the bomb is sitting at the edge of the wall, but it doesn't even matter. Xyp9x gets the kill.
That was really nice, actually, from NiP to even get it down to that one-on-one situation with Xyp9x. We talked about it before the game. Really calm in those clutches. Knew what he had to do. Forrest on the back ropes there, but he gets taken down, and that's a huge round for TSM to win. Had they lost that one, it could have got NiP really rolling into this game. Finally, their money stabilised now. They get the double orbs once again. Forrest and Ali going to be wielding those. Didn't lead to much the first time they did it. Let's see what they can do this time. It seemed like the long control from TSM was too much for them. Forrest just rattling shots off through the smoke there. And it's not going to be enough as the player's going to be Device, making his way up short. And he may be undetected as well. There's 3 players for NiP still towards long here. Alan's going to be falling back slightly. He's going to have a nade out. Maybe shut down here. Not going to be able to react in time. And that shot, Device should have capitalised on that. He had all the time in the world to take him down. Goes down to a 4-on-4 though, as KJB does take down Forrest in return. That's the other AWP player, so that's a huge scalp to take. But what can they do with this situation now? Get Right with the reaction.
That's big, though, because he wants the information at the exact moment they decide to split onto B, which means there's no one left. They're going to walk into a free B site, and they know this, so they're going to leave a player in mid to cut off the rotations extremely early.
I'm not sure they had to do that, you know. I don't think Get Right had to push into it. They hadn't lost map control at that point. All they'd done is got into a 4-on-4 situation. They weren't sure what the T's were doing. It could have been a mid-split. It may have been isolated on the bomb side, but he essentially gave his frag away for free there. But Freiburg, making sure this one isn't over just yet, gets the frag onto KJB, 3-on-3 right now.
And that gives him tunnels to work with only one player still inside the site directly. It's going to be Kerrigan, who does have an AWP, so he can face down that corridor with their backing. Freiburg is already gone.
This is it. They're going to choose to save their weapons, but I have to say, Get Right there really didn't have to overcommit to that. Just threw the frag away. If he had a teammate with him, that would have been more viable. They could at least gone frag for frag there, but pushing into upper B tunnels by yourself, definitely a play you want to do when you lose control of long, for example, or that they've made their way completely up short. All that happened there was a frag was exchanged. Ali gets the first pick on short, gives the call off. Okay, no one else is there. Forrest got taken down, and then at that point, this is why I don't know how Device did not kill Ali here. So much time to kill him, but there we go. A rare miss from him.
I love how you saw the tracer go like right to the right of his head too.
Well, NiP still do have enough money to purchase into this one, considering they saved 3 rifles there. And this is what I was expecting to see the round before. Going to be boosting up onto short.
And Kerrigan was the one that was caught by this. He did get the first kill last time, but it was Forrest who picked up the gun from Freiburg. And that was what secured them the bomb at mid. Came down to a situation where it was a 2-on-3, and NiP took it. Starting out with a quasi-buy. This time they've got full rifles. It is Freiburg that gets the first kill again, but it's not at middle. And Dupree and KJB have answered back, so it stays to 3-on-3. Xyp9x is very low on HP with 13 to go. All 3 players for TSM, by the way, have Molotovs to work with.
This is it now. 1 minute 10 remaining as well. So much time to work with. The CTs have got 1 player towards B. That's going to be Get Right. He's sitting in that fence area. Bomb down towards short. And who's that? It's going to be Alu with the AWP. I assume he can't see the bomb from that angle, but he has got vision. And the T's is buying their time now. You can see Xyp9x out towards long. Seeing if he can hear footsteps towards short.
Well, he knows now that there's definitely people at top mid because he saw the utilities go by him. So he'll sit tight. They'll easily grab the bomb. the lower player to do so. That's Cajun B. But if they look toward this catwalk, Alu stays patient and hits a shot. It could have been all over right there. He misses it, and now they know. And they'll try and push him further back with utilities, but he's going to face this. He dodges the flash. How does he miss that shot as well? That's 2 big misses, and Alu will be lamenting it as he goes down to Kerrigan, and A suddenly becomes absolutely deadly. NiP need the next kill. It's got to be Forrest to do it. He drops the bomb. 18 seconds. TSM desperate to get back in as Xyp9x will close off on Forrest. Get right doesn't care. He's going to go through the fire, and he knows at least 1 HP for one player's extremely low. He stopped the bomb plant. Xyp9x is going to get the kill, though, as he comes back out around the corner.
Yeah, Alu missing that shot there. That could have been the one. He think he had 2 bites of the cherry there to actually secure the round. Doesn't make it happen for himself. That's the shot. Fair enough. It's a very difficult one to make. This second one, though, I feel like he should have been taking this shot down. He wasn't really blind at all. Dodges it really nicely. And Alu, we expect him to hit those shots, right? That's him all day long. There's close range, shotgun-style AWP shots, and that's the one that actually loses them the round. Forrest managed to pick up a frag, but it wasn't enough to secure them the round here. They do force by into this round, so huge damage by Xyp9x done there through the smoke. Takes down Exist as well. Advantage goes in their favour. He doesn't have to overcommit to this now. He needs to make sure they keep it a 5-on-4. As he makes his way out to blue bin, it's just going to be Fragbite there, and he'll be taken down as well. Xyp9x playing out of his mind this round as he makes it the 5-on-3. The CTs need to react. Alu gets taken down as well. Sorry, make that Forrest. It's going to be Alu with the AWP towards middle this time. Actually changing the positions up, actually, interesting enough.
Quite a bit. Alu, though, does manage to get back into Dupree. Bombs in the tunnels. They'll go toward B, but it's going to be Get Right that meets them there. And he's already spotted at least Cajun B, who just sits still and waits for the headshot to work in his favor.
Oh, it's such a promising start for NiP now. Alu managing to hit that close range shot, but that's going to be it. TSM 14, NiP 12, and you can imagine their money is absolutely ruined right now. They will probably be forced buying into this one. They can't allow the TSM to get a map point here. A replay coming in. Nice shot from Alu there, but it doesn't amount to much, unfortunately for him. This is where the player runs straight past him. Yeah, I'll take that.
Bot device just runs by.
So the CTs have done the quality right there. They have a full force port into this one. They're just going to make sure they lose some money for next round. Big grenade damage done onto Xyp9x there. Not going to have the same success he had last round. So we go to round number 27. This will put TSM onto map points. Alu pushing offshore now.
He may catch one off here with this 5-7, hugging the left wall. It's commonly overlooked. And not that time, never mind. Kerrigan's there. They've got it stacked up, though, and Exist is able to respond. There's still a third member. They'll go back for more, and Freiburg doesn't anticipate that Dupree will get up on Xbox. Not only that, he snaps his attention over to Forrest inside the doors. And it comes to Get Right, who's in behind the doorway at the very least. Flash is going to go over, though. He'll be spotted by this, and it's Kerrigan to get the final shot. TSM somehow claw back 10 rounds and get to 15 first. It was 10-5 at half.
Look how many rounds they've got on the running screen right now. Xyp9x, 23 frags, and the other half we've got Freiburg and Get Right leading the charge here. There's TSM that have come to life. And now then, we go into potentially the last round here. Get Right gets the auto sniper out. They've got 2 AWPs to accompany him as well, so you'd assume they're going to face up towards middle.
Though, it takes away so much intel, and they know that there's
been smoking the corner every single round, and now NiP have adapted to it and created like a tunnel for themselves to get to it. And now the B play comes in. Get Right gonna be stuck behind there, and he gets 1 frag. Can he make it 2? Kerrigan takes him down. It's the 3-on-1 now. Kerrigan all to play for.
That was literally the worst possible timing for Get Right. He swaps over to move positions as they came in. He could have potentially picked up the third as well with that auto sniper, but they do still have the man advantage. Kerrigan's gone very aggressive here, doesn't choose to plant the bomb, tries to catch NiP out, does take down Exist. It's a 1-on-1, but he can't react fast enough for Alu. And that'll make it 15-13. We're not done just yet.
What a round that was as well, with the CTs losing heavy amounts of men there. Unfortunately for them, we're coming down to a 1-on-1 is a massive deal, considering TSM have got so much cash.
And it's a reset, so that's, as you say, losing that many men, it's a problem.
Absolutely. So they have 3 Famises now. Alu still has the AWP, though, so he needs to go big here. 2 kits on them, not much in terms of utility. Alu needs to go for this first pick, and there it is, Kerrigan. Last couple of rounds really has come to life. Had a difficult first half, but that's a very important frag indeed, and could this be enough to pick them this map? As it seems like the T's, they're not going to be reacting too heavily to this just yet. They want to see where the reaction comes from the CTs. We talk about gaining map control back, but so far the T's are not showing their presence too much towards anywhere, so the CTs can just sit pretty for now. But definitely up against the ropes in the 5-on-4.
Throw the gun further back, grab the AWP so at least it can come back into play. Flash comes through, though. Cajun B, does he even think about pushing into this? Decides better of it, and that spam very nearly does do damage onto Exist. I'll check the corner behind the door as well. not wanting to throw away this man advantage. They want this done and dusted, TSM. They want to move on to map 2 because they've done a great deal in clawing back into this game, and Kerrigan makes the advantage even greater.
So the CTs, once again, you can see a distinct lack of utility for them. 5-on-3, it's going to be existing. He's going to take it down as well. That's going to tie up and decide where this map is going towards. TSM will take this first one. Forest towards a pit, but is it over just yet? Get Right gets one. Forest gets taken down, and positioning from Get Right, that is going to be it, I'm afraid. It's going to be the first map going towards TSM. 3-on-1, bomb goes down. Get Right with nothing really to play with.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
It's Get Right after all. So
Why is
two
Device
very
giving
quick
that
kills.
away?
I don't know. And Get Right with the first one was just like spraying away, like, all right, let's just do what we can. But
If he wins this
now,
I'll be sick.
he's got a chance. This is oddly enough. I mean, bombs playing for long. They do have an AK in the pit.
He's
Molotov's, yeah, himself away from it. I was a bit peculiar. Okay, so they'll stack it as well, but they've gone so early that he could still get to this just in time. The problem is he hasn't got a kill, so this is definitely over. He'll bait it nonetheless. It's going to go the way of TSM. It's inevitable at this point. 16-13, a magnificent CT, or rather, excuse me, T-sided charge after a rather sloppy CT. I have to say, NiP looked great on the terrorist side.
10-5.
Less so